tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Welcome back. Good afternoon once again. Around the area, water is rising again thanks to heavy rain. While much of the region is under a flood warning, the good news is the rain is on the way out, at least for today. WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris is tracking it all on the First Alert Defender. Micah.
Well, obviously, you're not going to see a lot of sunshine the rest of the day. Let's just put it that way. However, you will start to see that rain taper off from west to east, just as we were talking about this morning, the rest of the afternoon. You got another 3 to 6 hours before we can call it all said and done with the heaviest rain. We'll still have some sprinkles, a little drizzle, but watch this. I want to kind of put this into action on First Alert Defender live radar. And the loop is going to show that rain tapering off from the south a little bit. We're still getting some pretty heavy rain around the corridors of Bluegrass Parkway and also 64 heading all the way to Moorhead there at MSU on campus at Moorhead State. Now, span out just a bit, and like I said, you're not going to get a lot of sunshine. But look at this area. This is still that boundary, and we actually have a stationary boundary over us, but it's dwindling away. It's weakening, and there's the case. You can see that. I expect that trend just to continue through the next several hours. Now, 24-hour planner, let's go off into the evening. Evening showers will die down. Still, no baseball park tonight. It will be absolutely soaked there on the ball fields. Everything will be canceled off into the evening and nighttime hours. Looks pretty dry. But tomorrow morning, here comes some more rain. The showers will return, but that's the bulk of it because tomorrow afternoon, it looks like it will start to taper off. The focus of the forecast, obviously, those high water issues. I have several pictures on Twitter, Facebook, and everything else to show you coming up in about 10 minutes.
Micah, thank you. Across the area, people are keeping a close eye on the rising waters. In many places, heavy rain has caused water to cover roads and creep into front yards. WKYT's Sam Smith begins our top story team coverage at 12:30, tracking the situation in Garrett County. Sam?
We're off of Fall Lick Road where there have been several reports of water on the roadway. Now, we drove a stretch of the road and saw that firsthand. Now, as you can see behind me, front yards along the road are collecting water. The creeks and streams that run along Fall Lick Road are swollen and are moving rapidly. Some have reached the bottom of bridges. This flooding seems to be more of a nuisance rather than a danger, though. But people need to be careful out here on these water-covered roads. I'm sure folks here have had a lot of practice dealing with flooding, especially this month. And for these homeowners, flooding in their front yards seems to happen all the time.
It is bad. It's really been bad this time. It floods like this every time it, floods. Really bad.
I'm told Highway 39 north and south, Boones Creek and Drakes Creek are dealing with similar problems. In Garrett County, Sam Smith, WKYT.
Sam, thank you. Now, no water rescues have been reported in Garrett County. Floodwaters stranded a driver, though, in Madison County this morning. Deputies had to help a driver to safety after she got her car stuck in 3 feet of water on Red House Road. It's just one of several county roads closed due to flooding. They won't reopen until the rain stops and the water recedes. Lincoln County officials have issued a state of emergency because of flooding there. About 15 roads are closed in Lincoln County due to high water. Several people became stranded while trying to cross flooded roads in their cars. Officials say the state of emergency will free up money to fix roads and buildings damaged in flooding. Now, there is concern about high water, even in communities that haven't experienced major flooding yet. Montgomery County is one of those places keeping a close eye on creeks and streams. WKYT's Mike Linden continues our First Alert weather team coverage with a look at the situation there. Mike.
As rain continues in Montgomery County and across the Bluegrass State, emergency management officials are closely monitoring roads, creeks, and streams. Montgomery County emergency management officials say the already saturated ground is to blame for local high water issues throughout the county. Earlier this morning, crews shut down a portion of US 460 due to water over the road. Nearby Slate Creek is also running very high. Despite no reports of major damage, more rain today and through the rest of the month has EMA officials concerned.
The ground's saturated. So when it does rain, it doesn't have anywhere to go but to run off into the ditches, and it overwhelms them. Then, of course, it gets across the road and causes the streams to rise quickly.
Delk wants to remind drivers that if you come up to a roadway covered in water, to not risk driving over it, because you might not know the damage that the water is covering until it's too late. In Montgomery County, Mike Linden, WKYT.
Now, EMS officials say if water has made its way onto your property, to call 911. A flood warning is also in effect in Morgan County. This is eyewitness video. It's from Alicia Bell. It's along Highway 650 in the Elk Fork community. And you can see a creek is way over its banks there, trapping some people on the other side. More than 3 inches of rain has fallen in Morgan County since midnight. Heavy rain is also beginning to cause mudslides across the state. Check out this eyewitness picture from Madison County, where a slide has covered both lanes of Tates Creek Road. The road is impassable right now. No word when it will be reopening. And this picture is from a mudslide in Perry County. It happened on Highway 550 in Perry County near the Knott County line. You can see mud and debris covered both sides of the road. Crews are still working to clean up that mess. Remember, we can help you stay on top of the weather when you're away from your television. Visit WKYT.com for the latest radar, forecasts, and weather headlines. Police have arrested a man accused of shooting 2 people at a club. Danville police say Darwin Cloyd was arrested last night in Nicholasville. Police say he shot Joshua Beasley and Brandon Lofton early Saturday morning at the Den in Danville. He's charged with 2 counts of assault. Lexington police are investigating an inmate's death at the Fayette County Jail. City officials say corrections officers found the man unresponsive in his cell around 4 this morning. That's about 3 hours after he'd been brought in on alcohol intoxication and failure to appear in court charges. The man was rushed to UK Hospital, where he died. Officials say his death does not appear to be suspicious. His name will not be released until his family has been notified. Well, there's a new test to help identify people at risk for stomach cancer and a potential new use for medical marijuana. Ebony Williams has details in this Better Living report.
A test that analyzes a person's breath may one day help identify people at risk of developing stomach cancer. Previous research has shown the test can detect stomach cancer after it is developed, but now there's hope it can also detect the disease before it's formed. Researchers in Utah have identified 2 proteins associated with triple-negative breast cancer, which is one of the most aggressive forms of the disease. Doctors are now looking for ways to neutralize those proteins to stop breast cancer cells from growing. And a liquid extract from medical marijuana is showing promise in treating children with severe epilepsy. Researchers from NYU found seizures dropped 54% in patients who did not respond to other treatments. That's a look at some of the day's top health stories. Ebony Williams, CBS News, New York.